Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Android Weekly / Android Q&A. And please guys, don't forget about our current giveaway happening on our latest Bluetooth speaker review. Make sure to check that out on my channel so you can win a free Bluetooth speaker. Also, make sure to subscribe to the new channel, Mainstream Movie Guy, to enter into our 100,000 subscriber giveaway that will be happening most likely this week. So make sure to stay tuned for that one as well. Lots of giveaways coming up. All right, now back to our regular scheduled program. In Android Weekly, we go over the latest news that happened during the week. Then we answer your questions that were emailed to me during the week at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com. Make sure the subject is question and you will get your answer next week. If you are watching live, however, you can just ask your question in the comment section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. All right, let's start with the latest news that happened during the week. And the first big set of news is, according to the Washington Journal, Samsung is launching the Note 5 early. Now, this has been a long rumored rumor. But according to the Wall Street Journal, it is fact now that they are launching earlier, and several sites are saying that they should expect it in August now to be in front of it, which is normally in September launch for the iPhone. So most likely this year, the iPhone would launch either September 18th or September 25th. However, Samsung would typically launch, the first week of October, somewhere like October 5th. So this would be a huge leap if they're going to go, a month and a half sooner. Could it be true? I mean, Wall Street Journal is very reputable. So if they are really saying that, yes, this is going to happen, it's definitely a possibility. What do you guys think? And would this change your mind about purchasing a phone? If you got to see the Note come out before the Apple product, would that help your decision or hurt it in any way? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, Apple Watch sales apparently have gone down according to every third party that has rated it. Now, in terms of where they are, that varies. Basically, everyone is just saying that it is at a 90% decline compared to what it was when it first came out. Definitely a huge downpouring. It didn't maintain its consistency over the months. As you can see, it just kind of dropped off, and really it's after the stock came back, everyone kind of got it that wanted it, and then it's been downhill ever since then. And that's just because we've seen a lot of reviews from it, and a lot of things that even people that own it just say they wouldn't recommend it to their friends, and it's just not really been supported. It's not really been well maintained, and that's just why it's not working out that well as Apple would have hoped it would. Now, is this good for a smartwatch? Yes. To be fair, this is pretty good for a smartwatch in terms of sales. However, is it amazing for Apple? No, they expected far better than this. Now, comparing to Samsung last year, they had about 1.5 million. So this has sold more than Samsung in a full year in just about 3 months. So you have to keep that in mind, that it's really big in terms of sales compared to other smartwatch manufacturers, but it's not as big as Apple wanted it to be or Apple expected it to be. So you also have to keep that in mind as well. All right. In other news, the Note 5, we get some more details on it. So far, things are pointing to that the Note 5 will have the processor that is similar to the current one is in the S6 right now. Other than that, though, that's really the only thing we're kind of getting in terms of details for this one. We'll still have the 5.7-inch screen apparently, and the latest rumors saying that it could have a non-removable battery and a micro SD card slot. It's possible. It's not saying that it's a definite. However, the other one is, the S6 Edge Plus, for lack of a better name still. And the really questionable thing I see here is it would have the hexa-core Snapdragon 808, which I just don't see that happening because I don't see why. Unless Samsung could literally not maintain its demand for processing chips, I do not see why they would do that. And that's the only reason I could see why. Other than that, everything will be the exact same of the previous phones, except it will have a 3000 milliamp battery on this device. And in other Samsung news, we have a registered trademark name for the Tab S Pro. Now, will this be a 12-inch version of the Galaxy Tab S? It could be by all possible. I mean, Samsung was the first to introduce a tablet of that size at 12 inches before. But I don't know how well the Tab Pro 12.2 really was. It was a very big tablet. I don't know how well it really did. I assume not that well just because of price point. But let me know what you guys think. Would you guys want a tablet this big, especially since the latest version of the Samsung tablets do come with Microsoft Office? Google Glass Enterprise Edition may be a reality. Yes, we may have a new Google Glass coming, but it's supposed to focus on enterprise. Now, the thing is it's all going to come down to price. Google Glass will never be successful at the current price point it was at, even if they improved a few things. So they improved the glass, the prism that it used, so you wouldn't have to strain your eyes so much. And they're doing a lot of things to, improving the wireless and doing all these kind of things. But again, if the price point isn't there, again, I think the perfect price point would be $600. I think $600 Google Glass would sell a lot more. I would personally buy a Google Glass for $600. A penny more, I don't think so. I think it's going to be overpriced. If it will happen, we'll have to wait and see. And finally, Samsung patents what we've all been waiting for. That's right, a foldable display that basically cannot be broken. And this is the evolution of screens that we will eventually have, a flexible display that can go all the way around so not to break. Now, the idea behind this thing, from what we know, is the fact that it can be something like a phone when you fold it, and then when you open it up, it can be a tablet. Now, this is a really interesting design, especially because it seems to have buttons on the edges. What kind of system will this be? It's very interesting, but I'm really curious to see how it would turn out. All right. Now let's get to the questions that were asked to me during the week. Again, if you have a question, make sure to email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com and make sure the subject is question. If you're watching live, make sure to just ask your question live and I will get to it. All right, the first question of the day is from Chun. And Chun asks, I am now currently running Cyanogen mod 1W1 on my Note 3. I found I cannot get the Gmail app on my phone. A message saying unknown issue with Google services pops up. Is there any way to fix this? Yes, on Cyanogen mod, you actually have to install all the Google apps. So that is something that you do have to do if you want to keep Cyanogen mod. Now, a good place to go to get all of your Google apps, and when I'm talking about Google apps, you need every single Google app. So Google Google Play services for one, Google Gmail, you need Google Play services, Google Play Store. You need all of those apps. They don't normally come with it by default. So what I would recommend doing is going to this website right here, which is www.apkmirror.com, and then you're going to scroll down and you can see Google Apps right here. And Google Apps will have everything you need from Google, including the most important ones such as Google Play Services, Google Play Store. And once you install all of the important things that you will need, then you'll be able to actually use it. Otherwise, beforehand, you could not use any of those features on Cyanogen mod. They just don't come with it. So hopefully this will help out. If it doesn't, please let me know, and we will try to fix it later on. All right. Designs by NTJ ask, when using my voice command, it states voice cannot be reached. Something is blocking it and the phone needs to shut down and able to use it again. then it happens again. Is this a setting? It could be. My first thing would be is if you have voice search available and if you have the Google app search available. So on your phone, you should have something. And where is it? Did I hide it? I could have. No, there it is. Let me just lower the brightness. Okay, so you should have a Google app like that blue one right there. And if you do, then you should be able to do a voice search. Now, if you don't have that one because you uninstalled it or disabled it for any reason, or if that app is not up to date on the Google Play Store, go into the Google Play Store. I'll show you how to update it. So go into the Google Play Store, go into My Apps by pushing this button right here on the corner. Go to My Apps right there. And once you go to My Apps, make sure everything is up to date. If not, then you're going to go to Settings. Then you're going to go to Application Manager. You're going to swipe over until you get to All Apps. And then you're going to swipe one more time to see if there's a disabled. If there is a disabled, that means you have accidentally disabled apps that you needed in order to use your voice command. Now, if that does not work, what you could try to see is if an app really is messing with your voice commands. Now, I do recommend doing what I just said first. However, if that does not work, then what you need to do is go into safe mode. So how you go into safe mode is you turn off your phone, then you hold down the power button and the volume down button. And the volume down right here. You hold those two down until it gets to the Samsung logo. Then you let go of the power button, but you maintain your hold on the volume down button until whatever carrier you have logo comes up. You will then be in safe mode. Safe mode is designed to disable every third-party app you've installed and then use that. Once you can use that, you're all set. And if you can use it, that means that an app is interfering with it, and you need to find out which app it is. All right. Holly asks, what would make the Note 5 superior to the Note 4? Do you think Samsung will release a Note 5 Edge? So whether they'll, let's get to the first question. What would make the Note 5 superior if it has the camera of the S6? The camera of the S6 is in every single way superior to the Note 4, especially in low light situations. It just adapts so much better. What else would make it superior? Well, I mean, they've continuously added other pen features. The thing I love about the pen feature and miss about my Note 4 is that I could highlight text that I normally could not highlight. That I used to use all the time. It was like, man, Samsung finally got something right on a pen for the Note that I used on a daily or at least a weekly basis. So that was a very important feature. That is one thing I would definitely say that could help. But what else? I mean, they could always improve battery life. They could always make it faster. They could, it's continuously making everything better. And that is the idea of, the look of it got a lot better. A lot of people like the look of the S6 in terms of not only design, but in terms of the software. It was much better compared to past Samsung. So for those reasons, that would make it superior. What do I think they will release a Note 5 Edge? Whether they release... So here's the thing that someone brought up to me, and I kind of thought, oh, that might be a good idea. That might be actually a reason. So if you have a pen, right, on a dual edge display like this is, where would you put the pen? Do you have enough space right here or right here? Not really. So I'm kind of curious, if they do a dual display, where will the pen go? Is that the reason we're getting rumors of like an S6 Edge Plus, because the two ends can't fit the pen, so therefore they're just going to make a dual edge bigger screen phone? Definitely a possibility. Will it happen though? We'll see. All right, and the last question again, if you have a question, make sure to ask it in the comment section if you're watching live, and I will get to that right after this. This is from Katarina. I'm having issues with the my active S5. So your car seems to not support a USB port plugin from Android. It's by all possible, depending on the car. Some only supported one version of a phone, so they either support only iOS or they only support Android. Unfortunately, it looks like the USB purpose, it did not support Android. Now, however, you have Bluetooth in your car and the phone is paired. You moved all your music over to the SD card. That really shouldn't matter, because if you play your music from your phone, nothing to do with your car. You just pair up the car through Bluetooth and you switch it to like Bluetooth in whatever category it is so that it plays Bluetooth. Then your phone should be able to just play whatever music you play on your phone. You don't have to do anything with car mode. You don't have to do anything like that. You just play your music player, which has your songs on it, on there, and the Bluetooth should just act as a speaker, and that's it. There really isn't anything else to that. So hopefully that does work out for you. If it doesn't, please let me know, and hopefully we'll try to do something else next week if possible. Okay. All right. Now let's get to the comments down below and see if we can answer some more questions for you guys. All right, and we have a couple of questions here. I have a Note 4. It's working fine after failing 16 steps on my stairways. Wow. Dado? Would that be Dado? Or, yeah, that's incredible. It shows you how sturdy the Note 4 is. This guy says, I can't wait till the Note 5. Well, neither can I. What is better to buy? Last gen phone, like last gen phone like the Galaxy S5 and one M8, or today's budget phone like the Zenfone 2 or Idol 3? That's a really good question, right? Because what would be first better supported, better quality, and things like that? Now, in terms of processor and speed, the S5 would still outperform the Zenfone 2 or the Idol 3. In all honesty, it would also outperform it in camera quality as well. However, those two phones you mentioned have front speakers, which are going to be closer to like the M8 quality, which is going to be really good. Now, the Zenfone 2, the more expensive version, the one for $399, has 4 gigs of RAM, so that will do better multitasking, right? So you have to take everything into account, but it really just depends on what you're looking for. I would say, see, I would have more faith in something like a Note series. So if I were to, if you were to include like the Note 4 from last year, I would say that's a better phone than all 4 of those that you mentioned. However, between those 4, I would probably say the Zenfone 2, the more expensive version, or the S5 out of those 2 phones. Now, here's the thing. With those 2 phones, you're not going to get the latest updates. You're not going to get a lot of the things, and that's just because Asus doesn't support theirs as much, and Samsung doesn't support it after it's been over a year old, which the S5 has already passed that part. So, and it's not that they don't support it, it's that it takes a while to get support. But yeah, and honestly, I'm not a biggest fan of the Intel processors yet at this point. I found that it has so many hiccups, and the Asus tablet that I had at the studio here had a lot of issues, and it was working fine, but after about 2 months, it was just acting weird. Factory reset it, tried to do everything it could to it. It was acting weird. It couldn't help it. So yeah. But hopefully that gives you an idea. I recommend not. I mean, obviously we're all conscious budget-wise, right? But I always recommend if you have the extra $100, if it's like $100 difference, get the newer phone so that you can actually get a better phone in the long run. And sometimes there really is sales. Look, the Note 4 I know went for sale for $500 this past week. And that's a better phone. And yes, again, it's like $100 more, but it's a much better device. So that's what I would, again, it's right time, right place kind of thing. But I recommend always getting the latest phone because phones change so quickly that if you have the better one, it's going to last longer. So yeah. So Note 5 is launching early. It sounds like it. Will it? Well, here's the thing. If the Note 5 launches in August, right? If it really would launch in August, wouldn't we hear from Samsung already? Wouldn't we hear? I mean, we would have to hear from them this month, right? Because it usually takes them a month to launch a product. And so we're already on the 12th of the month. I mean, we would have to hear from them within like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. 3 weeks is kind of the cutting off point too. That's kind of at the end of the road. How do you rate the Garmin Fenix? I do not know this. Garmin Fenix 3? What is, oh, it's a smartwatch. You know, is it a smartwatch? So how I would immediately rank it is it's ridiculously priced. 500. Okay, this is a 3. This is a $600 product that, yes, it has GPS. So does every other Samsung smartwatch. So that's not that impressive. It has Wi-Fi connection. But like, see, comparing that to a Gear S, the Gear S already has both of those two features. The battery life is up to 20 hours, which still isn't as good as, oh, if you just put it in watch mode, but no one's going to put it in watch mode that actually buys it, right? You're going to put it in the regular usage tracking and GPS mode. So yeah, it's 20 hours. My Gear S lasts about a day and a half to 2 days. So why? I mean, I guess if you're really into fitness, but no, I wouldn't recommend this product at all. Again, just based on first impressions and first look, but this seems like an overpriced product. Yeah, that's my general consensus. Which phone is better between which? I'm not sure what you're asking. Chronos. I just got the Tab Pro 8.5, but I tried to load my movie files on it. It won't play. The audio plays, and it says I have the wrong codec. How do you know what format I should convert to? Don't convert anything. Actually, just download MX Player, and that should help you out. No problem, Chronos. So download MX Player. Try to play a video. If you can, do it right now, Chronos, and see if it works before I leave this transmission. I have a Samsung S6 and it does not work with my USB. I don't know what to do. Please tell me what to do. Thanks for I plug it into my phone and it works on my Toyota RAV4. Why are you getting spam security messages? Sky, until you actually accept those security messages, you're going to get spam with it. So hit OK and go to the next step, and then you should be fine. Okay, so you're asking, Jakub, you're asking that to get the S6. You're saying that the S6 will not work in your USB with your car, I'm guessing. I plug it into my car, it never works. I mean, is the RAV4 supportive of Android through USB? That's my main question. Again, what I just said earlier to someone else's car issue is that not every phone is compatible with all USBs. Some are compatible only with Android, and some are compatible with only iPhone. Unfortunately, that's just the way the built-in ones are. It's a big reason why third-party ones like Pioneer and other third-party manufacturers make really good money, because they're compatible with both. And even like they have Android Auto now, and they have Apple iCar, or Apple iCarPlay, I think it's called, which is again built into the same system. So yes, that would be the easy answer for that. It's just some are compatible with both, some are compatible with one, and that's it. All of them are compatible with Bluetooth, though. If you connect it through Bluetooth, it'll work. If your if your car has Bluetooth. I've never seen a car, even one as old as my fiance's. She has a Toyota Prius from, what is it, 2008 or 2009 or something like that. I think 2009. And hers works fine through Bluetooth, but hers does not have USB support. So there you go. And that's with an S5. The iPhone 6 Plus or the S6. I mean, the S6 has a better camera than the iPhone 6 Plus. The battery life would be pretty much comparable between the two. And also, I mean, it's a difference in OS, so you have to take that into account, whatever you're more comfortable with. But in terms of overall performance, yeah, the S6, I mean, it's going to be better than the iPhone 6 Plus for the majority of people. However, again, there's a lot of factors in that. I don't try to bash Apple all the time, at least not anymore. I try to always be fair. And I mean, some people are better off with Apple products if you have everything Apple. It's just just going to be always that way. However, the superior phone in terms of camera quality, battery life, again, because it's a plus, it's going to be a little bit different. If it was the iPhone 6, yes, the S6 has a better battery than it. But with the S6, you can get something like a Mophie case, and it'll be still smaller than the iPhone 6 Plus, and then it will have a better battery life. So there you go. But yeah, so that's the whole things with it. Yeah. All right, guys. Wait a little bit to see if there's any other questions. If not, we will call that a show. I'm going to do some new videos today for my other channel, the Mainstream Movie Guy, which is why I'm halfway dressed up for that. And then we'll have other videos on that. Remember, you have to be subscribed to both channels if you do want to be in the giveaway. We're going to be giving away 3 products in this giveaway, so make sure to stay tuned. There'll be some nice products. I think you'll like them. I think you'll like them. All right, guys. I guess we will call that a show. Let me refresh one more time to see if there's any more comments before we stop. But yeah, thank you as always for watching. I always appreciate you guys tuning in. And yeah, make sure to always keep checking. Yep, okay. I think no new questions. All right, guys. Thank you as always for watching. Please give that like, thumbs up in the comment section down below. Make sure you tune in next week so I can answer your questions live. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.